Another metric which can affect your website's ranking is dwell time. Dwell time is the amount of time a Google searcher spends on a page before returning back to the Google search results. For example, let's say you search for grain-free cookies in Google. The first result might look like a good fit, so you go ahead and click it, but then when you get there, the site is ugly and hard to use, and the content isn't helpful at all. So after 5 seconds, you click back to the search results. That would mean your dwell time was 5 seconds. And that super brief visit tells Google that you weren't happy with that result. So let's imagine you go back to Google and you click on the second search result. However, this time, the content is amazing and the site is easy to navigate around. So as a result, you spend a solid 5 minutes on this website, and then you click back to the search results. That long dwell time tells Google that you got a lot of value from that result. And if lots of other people also doing the same thing on that page, then Google will boost the rankings of that page. So how can you improve your dwell time? The first thing you can do is draw people in. The first thing to consider when looking at improving dwell time is how appealing your page is to the user from the offset. Does it entice people to read on? If not, you want to look at restructuring your opening sentences to hook the reader and increase the chances of them reading on. Number 2, digestible content. That means using shorter sentences, writing in shorter, less complex paragraphs, using content chunking techniques such as headings and lists, and making sure your content is skimmable. Remember, people don't read a web page as they would read a book. They're far more likely to skim through your content and find the bits which interest them the most. By focusing on creating digestible content, you can make your content easier to read and therefore more appealing, leading to an increased dwell time. Number 3, creating content worthy of sticking around. That means understanding your audience and doing keyword research to ensure you're covering the topic people really care about. That also means writing content that is long enough to justify longer dwell times. For example, a 200-word blog post isn't going to take someone 5 minutes to read. And obviously, people won't stick around for content that doesn't warrant their time. Lastly, use internal linking to keep people on your website. Once people have read your page, you should give them somewhere to go to next. Since dwell time is measured on the time between someone coming on your site and returning back to Google, it makes sense that you should try to keep users on your site once they finish reading the page they're on. Internal links are a great way to do this.